Hi everyone, hope you're doing great. Today's podcast is about a practical approach to being positive. We keep hearing a lot, right, in corporate trainings and from motivational speakers, all alike, that be positive, everything happens for a reason, blah blah. And they also say staying positive no matter what is the key. I always used to wonder how to be positive, especially when things are not going well in our life, and felt that all this motivational advice is not practical to implement, right? So before we try to understand if there's a way really to build a positive mindset, we must agree that by default most of us have a negative thought process. I mean, you don't have to agree with me as such, but just take a moment to think. How upbeat and excited are you about various aspects of your life, whether it's small or big? To give you a scientific understanding, there are two parts in our brain: the primitive mind or the reptilian brain, and the analytical mind, which is a more recently evolved portion. The reptilian brain evolved thousands of years ago when we were living in forests, always surrounded by predators and all kinds of threats, hunting for life. So our brain actually evolved always anticipating danger and developed an ability called fight or flight as a response to these constant threats. So by nature, it prepares you for a tragedy, a mishap, or a negative outcome. Fast forward 1,000 years ago, we now stay in cities, right? Far away from any such dangers. But the reptilian mind is still very much present, and it gives rise to what is called as the negativity bias, an inclination towards bad, negative, and dangerous inputs through the senses. Like for example, you're turning the channels and you find a channel which is showing something positive and another channel is showing a tragedy. What do you naturally get attracted to, right? I mean, now you understand what I'm trying to say. So this is important to know because the first step towards change is awareness. You and I are default negative beings. Just kidding. But we are naturally wired to stay in a constant state of fear or insecurity. But that's not all. There is good news also. When our mind evolved, the analytical part also came into picture. This portion of our brain is logical, it's not emotional. It can figure out solutions, distinguish the good from bad, useful from the useless, positive from the negative. It's this mind that created all the human advancements that we see today. In other words, it has the ability to give you a hope in most hopeless situations because of its ability to figure a way out through analysis and deductions. Now, the primitive mind is our enemy and the analytical mind is our friend. We must always empower our analytical mind to function first. That's the second step towards developing a positive mindset. Now, let's see how we can empower our analytical mind. My mother is a great example of a positive thinker. No matter what the situation is, she would think positively, and she always believed that anything and everything that happens, right, it happens for our good only. If I look back and any and every challenge we overcame, right, it's predominantly because of her positive affirmations. She used to constantly iterate that things will be all right. I always wondered how I can be like her. Then I came across this book called Secret by Rhonda Byrne. I understood the concept of law of attraction. In fact, it turns out that our life is nothing but a reflection of our thoughts. Whatever we think and feel, right, all the time, that will determine the quality of our life. I had enough evidence to believe it and practice positive affirmations. Now, let me give a logical interpretation to this. Whenever we are in a negative state of mind, we are always emotional, not logical. Our brain is on a negative high. Our thinking is clouded and our judgment is flawed. But if we can figure out a way to come out of that emotional state quickly, right, it's natural for us to find a solution to the problem or a way out of the situation, isn't it? You can see this happening when someone passes away in a family. Everyone cries and cries, but at one point, they run out of that emotion and they see what can be done next. But when the incident occurred, right, it almost feels impossible for the family to recover, right? Now, through affirming yourself that things will be all right, all is well, we say, we are deliberately trying to get our brain from an excited negative state to a calmer logical state. Then we use our natural abilities to do something about the problem and directly or indirectly influence the outcome of the situation in a positive way. I think this is why positive thinking works. It will enable you to do the one and only thing that can make your life better. Take action. So remember, negative mindset leads to inaction, but positive mindset leads to action, solutions, and positively influencing the outcome. It doesn't take enormous amount of energy to be positive. It's just a simple change of thought, right? When we think everything happens for our own good, we don't lose anything at all. Few things which make it easy to be positive are positive affirmations, reading good books, and listening to positive stuff always, associating with people who are solution seekers and not problem finders. So that's it I had, guys. Hope this added some value. Thank you. Bye.